Hey Capricorn, welcome to your twin flame reading. I'm going to start your reading by pulling 3 cards for your side, which you're most likely divine feminine if you're watching this, and 3 cards for your twin, who can be any sign in the zodiac. Does not have to be Capricorn. It could be, but most of the time they're not the same zodiac as you are. Okay, so I've done a pre-shuffle. I'm going to use, I'm using the Twin Tarot, and I use the one side for yin, and I use the white side for yang. So the yin side is going to be actually purple, okay? So we'll see where you're at on your twin flame journey, Capricorn, and we'll see where your divine counterpart, where your twin is at on the journey, okay? And I'll do a couple more. This is for Capricorn, twin flame, yin. Can't really part this 3 ways, so I'm just going to do it like that. You got the Hierophant. In reverse, you have the Hermit and the Upright. Okay. And Judgment. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool card. All right, so you may be, I think you're starting a new journey, a new chapter. All right, that's what I feel like. You're starting a new chapter. This Hierophant reversed, you can also be, and you could be dealing with a Taurus, or you could be a Taurus. You're not a Taurus, you're Capricorn, but you could have it in your chart. But I feel like this is most likely not having the conventional, traditional way of thinking. Okay, I think this is more of you've let go of the conditioning, the way that you were raised, okay, the things that you've believed in society, the way that they should be. That's how I take that with the Hierophant reverse. And with the Judgment upright, you're having an awakening. With this Hermit card and the Upright and Judgment, you're having an awakening, possibly going through the dark night of the soul, getting rid of those layers that we're taught about religion and race and all those things that we feel we have to, abide by when it comes to relationships and a way of being, okay, which is totally what usually happens to twins on their journey, on their awakening, okay? Your twin is also going within, all right? They're also going through the dark night of the soul, all right? And they have a lot of hidden emotions. They're also the Hierophant reverse. So you and your twin are actually mirroring each other. Only thing that's different is you have the Judgment card, they have the Moon card, okay? I think that with this Moon card is also divine feminine, and with that Moon card they could be literally going within about you. Also, both of you have the Hierophant in the same place, and it's in the reverse. Both of you are shedding these traditional beliefs, okay? Whether it's a, age difference, whether it's a cultural difference, an economical difference, you're shedding those layers of that. You're not going with the traditional, okay, with the norm. You're going with the soul, okay, the spiritual, the soul. Because that is what the twin flame journey is. It is connecting with your soul. So it's not, you're not connecting with another soul, okay? You're connecting with your exact soul, your exact match. So the twin flame is one soul, 2 different bodies, 2 incarnations in the same lifetime, if you meet in the same lifetime, okay? Because it's not every twin meets their twin in a lifetime. It's very rare, actually. So there's a lot of different myths and beliefs as to why twin flames are popping up now. Okay, just a lot of different myths and beliefs. You just have to go within. I have my own beliefs and my own theory as to why, and maybe I'll talk about it further in another, maybe I'll make a video about that with my beliefs and put it in my playlist or something. But you're both marrying each other. You're going through the dark night of the soul, Divine Femme, Capricorn, and you're awakening. Your counterpart is entering the dark night of the soul. They're still in a place of confusion where you're in a place of awakening, and that's another thing I can take here with the moon. That they're coming through the illusion that they're not there. You're a little ahead of them. All right, they have got to. They've got to go. They've got to learn these illusions. All right, these illusions, things that we're raised, that we're taught. They've got to go within, heal the inner child, find the inner child even. But you are on the awakened side, okay? You're coming out of this. All right, literally, she's coming out of the water. This is someone, you've been in your dark night of the soul, okay? This one who's just entering the dark night of the soul. You coming out of the cave, they're going into the cave. And undoing all these illusions, all these beliefs that they were taught to believe, okay? I'm going to pull some cards from the Twin Flame deck. Pull some cards for you and pull some cards for them. Okay, so one thing is to make sure that you are on a Twin Flame journey, and there's a lot of information out there about the Twin Flame journey, and some people think they're with the Twin Flame, but they're not. They're with a soulmate, a karmic, whatever you want to call it. So you have to, one, it's usually a knowing, okay? It's usually a knowing. All right, and we'll pick some for your counterpart. Again, your counterpart can be any sign. Just because they're your twin does not make them, the exact same sign as you. I thought one came out dead. All right. And awakening is on the bottom of the deck. This is what you both are going through. All right. You're further along than they are, but you're going through it. If you had a question about something right now, the answer is no. Okay, I'm just going to get that out of the way because I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out what your questions could have been. It could be anything. All right. So, Divine Femme, Capricorn, you're taking a new direction. Okay. And part of going through the dark night of the soul, whatever provoked it, it could have been you got ghosted. It could have been they triggered. You feel that they triggered you. And so you did your shadow work. This is your dark night of the soul. All right. This is when you probably had to go within, ask yourself a lot of questions. Yeah. And I just said that shadow work and dark night of the soul, they're together. This is what you've done and what you're coming out of. You're having the awakening. Dark night of the soul is still here. So you're still in it, but you're coming out. Finishing up karmic lessons. Okay. This is, we come into this life to balance out our karma and to, learn our karmic lessons, also to teach the karmic lessons to other people, to the karmics, right? Everybody is somebody's karmic. So, oh, you had another one over here too. All right. You're probably practicing your free will. All right. You maybe made a choice, to move on. And yes, you are the Divine Feminine. This is your side. This is giving clarification in case there's any confusion about that. Now, the reason why I say the Divine Feminine, I'm doing the Capricorn Twin Flame journey because your Divine counterpart most likely will not be your sign. And also your Divine counterpart will most likely not watch this. They will spy on you, but they don't generally believe in twin flames. They believe in soulmates. They believe in close connections. Soul tribes offer. All right, so I don't know what offer is about, but maybe you took a new direction with another person. I don't know. Part of going through your dark night of the soul would be also going through your childhood issues, okay? Also breaking the chains that bind, also breaking the ropes that tie, okay? On your side, Divine Femme, we have victims, and we have patience. All right, so maybe you were a victim, okay, or going through some sort of healing as from, childhood wounds, all right? Because this actually looks like a child, and these two were together. So it doesn't have to be a child's hands. It just says patience, and we have a victim. All right, so this would be for some of you, okay? Just take the messages that apply. If they don't apply, don't worry about those messages. Only take the ones that apply. Now on your twin side, they're going through grief, okay? And this is common when they start going through an awakening because they start realizing all the damage that they caused. They start feeling the pain of everything that they've done and all the karma that they start realizing that the things they're going through and the karma that's coming back to them has a lot to do with, reaping what you sow. And now when they're in their karmic self, they could care less, right? They're selfish. They do what they want, kind of like a lot of people. So when a person starts their awakening journey, they start to feel grief. They start to realize the pain and the troubles that they've put people through. And they also start to realize there's a karmic price to pay for that. Now, the childhood issues that your twin has are most likely abandonment issues. Now, on your side, you were a victim of some sort, Divine Femme, but your divine counterpart has abandonment issues. So there was a parent, one or both parents that probably were not around much in their life. All right, and destruction. And I believe this is their emotions because I've got grief. And so I think that their emotions are sort of like a tornado. Like I believe they're going through some explosive emotions. Like, your twin will never hurt you. But I believe that, this person is, like you ever see an adult throw a fit? I think it's like one of those, like where they're just alone and they probably sling things around and, it's like an adult throwing a fit. And now, I think after all that, now they've entered the hermit mode. After entering the hermit mode comes the dark night of the soul, okay? And contemplation, that is a hermit card right there. That's being alone. They're starting to, if you have met your twin, you know each other, which you most likely have, okay? You have triggered them. They have triggered you. And so by being triggered, it causes the dark night of the soul. It causes the other twin to go through and do the work. All right, they still have a mask on though. They're still pretending everything is fine. They're happy, nothing's wrong, their life is perfect. They're posting on social media, everything is fine and normal. It's a mask, it's a facade. And they probably are doing it with a soulmate, putting on a mask. They are with a soulmate. Okay, they are not, a soulmate is everybody else but your twin, because your exact soul is your only exact soul. So the soulmate is anybody and everybody else, okay? But in this case, it's probably a karmic soulmate, lover, maybe marriage, okay? And they want forgiveness, okay? But this came in the reverse. They may think that you will not forgive them, all right? They may think you won't forgive them. Or they may think they don't even deserve forgiveness, because depending on, because what happens in these cases, believe it or not, they don't have self-worth, and you may have not had self-worth at one point either before your awakening. And a lot of this has to do with self-love, and this twin flame journey is a journey of self-love. It's a journey of even the love of the divine, because as you get closer in your ascension, and people may argue with me, but it's really getting closer in your ascension to the creator, to God, to the universe, to whatever you call it. It's getting closer to that you meet with your twin, or you connect with your twin, because think about it, it's your soul. So if your soul is ascending, it can't leave the rest of it behind. It has to ascend. And when it gets to the ultimate place, which in my case, I say God, when your soul gets to the ultimate destination, which is God, you're going to meet with your entire being, okay, which is your soul. So this is why a lot of people have union and why a lot of people don't have union, because it depends on where they are in their ascension. Now, we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. When it comes to your divine counterpart, when it comes to your soul, the way you connect with them is by being in the moment, by being present, by meditation, by observing. It's very much traditional Zen stuff. I mean, this is what I learned from my twin flame coach. And the way to attract your soul is to be doing soul stuff. And the thing is, a lot of people get attracted to the physical person, the physical body. And this is why The Power of Now is a really good book to read, because it teaches you to be present and in the moment, and not to be addicted to people, because people are really one of the first things we get addicted to. We're used to being nurtured as a baby. We're used to someone taking care of us, so we get addicted to people. Well, you get addicted to your twin flame as well. All right, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. All right, it's important to vibrate on a higher vibration, okay? It's very important not to be in a lower vibration. And be in the moment. Stay in the present moment. Depending where you are in your ascension, all right, I can see, Divine Femme, you are just about there. You're coming out of your awakening. And which, by the way, it's not that once you awaken, that's it. You have no more work to do. You will continue to awaken. Okay, but this is a major awakening. You'll continue to have, what they call Satori moments, and if maybe even a Kundalini, okay? And it's part of the ascension, okay? All of this stuff is part of your soul's ascension. So if you're having any sort of twin flame pain, okay, and look, wedding, this situation involves marriage. If you're in any kind of twin flame pain and you've met your twin flame, you have got to let them go. If what you wanted was a union, you have to let that go, because this is an ascension of your soul, okay? And that's what brings you two together, okay? Because it's your soul ascending, all right? It's your soul connecting and going higher. And like I said, it's your entire soul. You can't just, it doesn't work where it's like, well, one part of your soul goes to heaven and the other one goes somewhere else. It's a complete package. All right. So try not to think of the physical. Do soul things the soul can do. All right. Take your brain out of it. The brain thinks too much. Let the soul do the work. And all the soul has to do is just be present, be in the moment, observe, operate from love, not from fear. I want to pull some cards now for your divine counterpart side. What do we have? What do we have for the divine counterpart side for Capricorn? All right, right now they're probably letting their friends help them. ask and accept support from others. So if they're going through a dark night of the soul, if they're undoing the layers of tradition and those beliefs, and they're having illusions right now, if they had any addictions or anything, they're probably asking their friends to help them. They're having a lot of grief because it seems like they're going through and they're thinking about probably why things don't work in their life. They're probably getting a hint that it has to do with their childhood, their abandonment issues. They probably go from soulmate to soulmate or karmic to karmic, and they're probably getting to a point where you've triggered them enough to do the work. You've triggered them enough to, stop and think what's going on. There's a reason. There's a higher purpose for all this. And I may not pick another card for them. There we go. There we go. All right. So this flipped over on offer. All right. I'm going to read this last. All right. It says very soon. All right. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This is what they're doing. All right. They could even be dreaming about you with that illusions card. And I mean, I could name off these signs. These are major arcana. You have the Taurus, Pisces. What was this card? Virgo. The awakening it's actually Archangel Raphael, which is healing and overseeing and healing the two of you. This is the healing angel is with you, Divine Femme. And you have Virgo and Taurus. So don't have to be dealing with those signs. I just like to read the energy. All right. Now, their card flipped on your side. This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner that you seek. So they're going to give you an offer if they haven't already. But when they are awakened and healed, they're going to give you an offer. I was wondering what that offer card was, but that's it. This could be the one. They're going to offer you probably commitment, marriage, because it said wedding. All right. I want to see now what, let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm going to use I guess I'll use the gilded here. I'll use the gilded. All right. What do we want to say here? Give me a card for, destruction here on Divine Masculine side. Give me a card for destruction. And one more. Give me a card for destruction. All right. Ten of Cups. They are basically being broken down. Everything is being broken down so that they can have this Ten of Cups. Everything. It's like a tower moment. You see that house is being destroyed? This house is happy and beautiful. The divine is breaking down everything that they thought made them happy and rebuilding it up to true happiness, true love. Because usually the Divine Masculine operates out of ego, operates out of being, conditioned, operates out of, trying to please, being a people pleaser, trying to please the friends, the family, pick the one that they think everyone else will like. They usually operate from fear. They don't operate from love. So the divine is tearing down everything in their environment to rebuild them back up for the Ten of Cups. And this came out in the upright. And this deck that I'm using, I keep both upright and reverse. So it came out in the upright. So the divine is breaking down everything in their life. It's like tower moment. And that's causing the dark night of the soul as well. Tell me on Divine Masculine side about this soulmate. Tell me about the soulmate. Tell me about the soulmate. All right, clarifying the soulmate is the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. They don't want to go forward with this relationship anymore. They're in a relationship with a soulmate, but they do not want to continue to go forward with that Page of Wands reverse. They do not want to continue with this. You know, they're realizing probably that they're with a karmic. And why is forgiveness in the reverse? Why is forgiveness in the reverse? Why is forgiveness in the reverse? That's too many cards. But I'll take a look here. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is the main card. They just feel like you're gone for good. All right, with that Five of Pentacles. And Seven of Wands, the Two of Swords reverse, the Star, the Fool. They just feel like, you know, your guards are up and that you won't give this another chance. That's basically what they feel like. Your guards are up and you're not going to give this another chance. All right, why do we have grief? What is Divine Masculine grieving over? What is Divine Masculine grieving over? What is Divine Masculine grieving over? They keep watching you, and they keep thinking of you. Like, she's even holding her head. They can't get you out of their head. They're spying on you. They're thinking and reminiscing of you. And the more they think of you, the more they spy on you. The more they spy on you, the more they think of you. And they're grieving over you, Divine Femme. All right, and why do we have... I'll just put it here. We know that they're thinking of you, spying on you. All right, why do we have abandon? What do we have abandon? I'll pile that right there. Try to keep my cards kind of neat. Why do we have abandon on Divine Masculine side? I'm trying to give you the best, clearest picture, Divine Femme. That's too many cards. Okay, something that made them very happy. What else? I did see the Queen of Swords coming out with all these other cards. I think somebody cut them out. What's going on here? What was it that they were abandoned by that made them very happy? Or maybe he abandoned you, or I shouldn't say he. Maybe Divine Masculine abandoned you and you made them very happy. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy in reverse. They weren't awoken. Okay. And Seven of Swords. And I think they may have abandoned you, Capricorn, if you've dealt with them. If not, they could have been abandoned as a child. But we have deception here, and I think that they were deceptive and they abandoned you very quickly. I think that they took off rather quickly and they were deceptive. Okay. All right, so let's move to your side. All right, I'm going to pick these cards up here. We got the picture of Divine Masculine. You made them happy, they abandoned you. Okay. Now the Divine is tearing up their life, causing all kinds of destruction to build them back up, to show them what true happiness is. Okay, what true love is. All right, we already know Divine Masculine wears a mask. We know what that's about. And we know contemplation is the going through the dark night of the soul. It's the Virgo card. They're entering soon the dark night of the soul. All right. The mask is them pretending to be happy. I don't need to clarify that. On your side, I can already see you've done the shadow work, gone through the dark night of the soul, awaken. I want to see on your side the direction you're taking, the lessons you had to learn, and patience. You know, if you were a victim, I don't need to expose that. You know what you were a victim about, okay? Why do we have new direction for Divine Femme? Why do we have new direction for Divine Femme? Okay. We have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That's your divine masculine spying on you right there. Okay. All right. They know I think they know about your new direction. Okay. The new direction is defined, clarified, all right, by the Empress reverse, the Five of Pentacles reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So your new direction is becoming the Empress. All right. You're finishing up your dark night of the soul. Like I said, you're still awakening. You're coming out of it. Okay. She's coming out. She's not quite out of the water yet, but you're very close. You're very close. And I would say that if you're still, spying on them or whatever, that would be like the last part of, you have to cut off all ties. It's weird how this works, but I took it from my twin flame coach, and he's coached a lot of twins. And you have to completely cut off all energy that's even thoughts. And it's very hard to do because you'll probably swear that you can pick up on their thoughts. But this is part of being an Empress. You have to understand that when you're an Empress energy, you do not chase after the Divine Masculine. You do not chase the Emperor. They have to come after you. This is the way it works. This is a divine union, a sacred union, a divine marriage, already being married in the 5D, already agreeing that this is going to happen in the 3D. Okay. But sometimes people get down here and practice free will, in which I have to clarify that for you too, because you have it on your side. And maybe that's how Divine Masculine affected you. They practice their free will, but you cannot chase them. You cannot get desperate for them. So your new direction is going towards being this Empress, turning this card around. Okay. And you're almost there. And this Five of Pentacles reverse, that's where I want to see it. Not being in a place of lack. This is in a place of lack. Okay, this is starting to come out of it, and you are, because you're finishing your awakening. And then the direction you're taking is you're building, you're working on something, and you're going to be working with others. But in this card, this person is working alone. So take it how it resonates. You may be working alone, but it's building something that, for instance, you might be partnering with somebody, but your projects you work alone. Okay, that type of thing, where you create something and maybe you present it, or you create something and somebody else handles it, distributes it, whatever. You're doing something, building something. You're coming into this Empress. This is your new direction, coming out of a state of lack and working on something, building something. Okay, and that's good for you. That strengthens the ties, okay? That strengthens the cord between you and the rest of you, okay? And don't be in the habit of saying them, because that's duality. Doing soul stuff is non-duality. And to be with your twin, you cannot think of them as me and them and he and she, or no. It's non-duality. It's your soul. Okay. And a lot of times the rejection of the twin is actually a rejection of one's self. You are rejecting yourself. Okay. And stop and think about that. How would we stop rejecting ourselves, right? It would be self-love. We will have to give ourselves self-love. And when you do that, the rest of you gets on board. You feel me? So, patience. Why do we have patience on Divine Feminine side? Patience. All right. The truth about the King of Wands in reverse. So this person probably could have left you to go with a soulmate. Okay. They abandoned and went with a soulmate. And, maybe you're being very patient. Okay. You're balancing your energies. All right. Healing. And, you know, it takes time to heal, okay? It does take time to heal. But patience also reminds me of that temperance angel where we're balancing our energies. We're not ready. We're not going to lash out to them if we see them, but we're not going to go run and embrace them either. We're going to balance our energies. We're not going to go crazy like a little teenager, you know, who's just falling in love for the first time. We're not going to go like that. We're going to have balance and patience, but we're not going to wait. Waiting is not divine. Waiting is toxic, and the Empress never waits. The Empress attracts. So we're going to attract our abundance. We're not going to wait. We're not going to be desperate, and we're not going to go after it. We're going to attract it. All right, why do we have lessons? The Hierophant reverse. You got the Hierophant reverse already. The lessons is, you know, healing the damage of things that you endured as growing up, okay? All the things that you learned, all the things that you were taught, all the rules, just everything. You're healing from that. You're awakening. You know, part of awakening is taking the wool off your eyes, knowing that you've been lied to your whole life, knowing that, you know, you don't have to marry someone inside your race. I mean, and it's a big one. It's a big one, okay? Especially like, you know, if you're Catholic, you have a lot of rules and stuff like that. And, you know, and when I got married to my second husband, he was Catholic, and there were just strict rules, you know. And some cultures you have to, you know, convert to be with them, to marry them. You cannot practice your own religion. These are things that people have to awaken from, okay? And it's and they have to heal from it, because it's like, I'll give you an example. Me, I'm a tarot reader. Well, I come from a traditional Christian family that says no, you go straight to heck, and you go to hell if you read tarot. You're a sorcerer, okay? So it took me, I read tarot for 20 years before I actually even opened up my own YouTube channel, which I did it recently. And it's sad, but I waited till most of my family were passed away, you know, because there's just no way they would accept it, and there's no way they would give me peace about it. So part of these lessons you've also been learning is it's not about the physical existence so much. Right? Just what I've been talking about. It's about the spiritual. This Ace of Wands is very much in the physical, the passion, the physical connection. Part of your lessons is learning it's not all about the physical connection. It's not all about the physical connection. It's the soul connection. We're connected at the soul. Now, why is free will here? And then we'll move on to some different cards, okay? Why is free will here? On Divine Feminine side, why do we have free will? The Knight of Swords. All right, somebody used their free will and cut something out rather quickly and harshly. Yeah. Somebody found out about a third-party situation, and they cut somebody off really quickly and probably really nasty, and it's on your side. So, it might, you know, if that's you, Divine Femme, then you'll know if it resonates, and it probably provoked your healing in your dark night of the soul. All right, because it made you stronger. All right. I'm going to now pull from this oracle deck. It's a love oracle, and I want to see what Divine Masculine wants to tell you, okay? Your Divine Masculine's not going to watch this, so I don't need to ask what you want to say to Divine Masculine. You know what you want to say to Divine Masculine. Let's see what Divine Masculine wants to say to you. All right? So these are messages from Divine Masculine to Capricorn Divine Feminine. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I do different kinds of twin flame readings. This is my longer one. I've had people say they like the longer twin flame readings. I do have a shorter version in a totally different layout. So If this is too long for you, I do once a week. Like this type of reading is like once a month, and then I do shorter readings, once a week, where I do a 15 card quick spread just to kind of see where Divine Masculine and the Karmic are at and where they are with you, that type of deal. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, I find you incredibly attractive. So that's the one thing about tarot. When I first started watching tarot, I loved watching like hour readings, 45-minute readings. And then, as I just got more into it, I kind of liked, shorter readings because I found I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I understand what that's like as well. All right, your Divine Masculine wants to tell you that you deserve better than them. So they don't feel good enough for you, all right? I pulled away because I am overwhelmed with all of the things going on in my life. Well, they seem to be with a karmic soulmate, okay? You are always on my mind. I knew this. I knew this just because of this. Just that picture alone, I knew that, okay? But they're pretending everything is fine. And I am so sorry. So if they put you in a third party, they're terribly sorry. And if they walked away, they're terribly sorry. They want to know, can we start over? They're afraid you won't forgive them, that it's over. And that's a decision only you can make. You have to go within and you have to meditate. You have to make that choice. But just know that it is your soul. And a lot of times people don't love themselves enough and they do reject themselves. So it's hard. You are the love of my life. Yeah. There's no other match like your twin because it's your exact soul. So to reject your soul is to reject you. And friends or family disapprove of this connection. And that is sometimes that happens a lot in these twin flame connections. Family, friends, they don't approve. And these people, these twins, our counterparts, they become, puppets. And they just act and do things that make their friends and family happy. And then meanwhile, they're miserable. And that's exactly where your twin is at. But you have provoked them to go through the dark night of the soul, and you are finishing up yours, and you're becoming the Empress, and you're going to attract. You are not going to chase. This is the energy you're entering. So good for you, Capricorn. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in your next twin flame reading or your next zodiac reading. Love you guys. Namaste.